Good evening, Sam. Good evening, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. How are we all on this fine evening? I am absolutely brilliant. I just had a cheeky little nap. Quick 20 minutes power snooze. Did me the world of good. Right, so we are back with the Orks. What's my weight? 6.9. So I can actually go up to 15 on my weight before it starts impacting my my ability to do stuff. 19. But this gives me extra ward save, doesn't it? So I don't really want to replace those. We can put that on. We can put a pair... Oh no, we can't. We can leave those on. But what we're going to be doing today... I can't do those yet. I'll wake up like a drooling zombie. I think 20 to 25 minutes is about the limit I can do without it affecting me, like making me actually worse than when I went to bed. Like waking up worse than I went to bed. So what we're going to do today is we're just selling all our stuff. We couldn't pay wages, which is not good. We'll get rid of all of this. Get ourselves some cash monies. Cheeky little 20 grand. The chatbot is going nuts. Why is the chatbot going nuts? See if it fixes itself. The gems came from... the amber ones come from beastmen, and the blue ones came from Bretonians, I believe. There's more orcs over here, look, I didn't realise that. No troll cave, though, which is what we're looking for. So we're going to keep heading down this way. This is a little troll cave down here. There's a herdstone down here as well, so we can farm the beastmen, which should be good. I have a hair in my eye. You're Ollie Blade, you're Griming. Sorry, Grim. This one has arrived. It's party time! I'm not going to bother chasing down gobbos, but we do need to keep our war bar up. But at the moment, I'm just... You know what? We need to fight those, actually, because we need the meat. Mate, I have nothing for you. Sometimes I feel sorry for the traveling merchant. It always finds me at the worst possible time. I don't remember what we've got here. Oh, yeah.
Let's go! Let's go!
Right, I'm going to try something. I don't fully understand how this teleportation spell works.
Get out there!
You heard that, lads? Move!
I think the way that it works is wherever I cast the spell, is where the unit that I am part of ends up. So I'm leading the infantry at the minute. Let's give it a whirl. It's this one. The Hand of Gork. If this works the way that I think it works... This poor horse. Go on, big boy, keep up. Does it mean I can teleport all of the infantry right in front of him? Because that would be hilarious. Right there? No, it's just me. Or do I have to have a unit selected? I don't know. What is the point in something that only teleports me? Oh, does that mean I can teleport myself behind enemy walls, though? Because that'd be pretty cool. I don't understand how the teleportation spell works. Oh, we lost a lot. 14 dudes. We'll keep the meat. We need the meat because we're going to get trolls. And the trolls are going to want feeding. Goblin boss. Or nasty... I think we go with the skulkers. Stickers. Done. Take the meat. 4 amber crystals, that's nice. And then we should have got a bunch of meat anyway. Because the beastmen normally carry a lot of meat with them. Where are we? Are we close? We are close. Auto-resolve this one. What? Maybe I shouldn't have auto-resolved that one. Christ. How have I only got 34 meat? Go, Luke. Don't forget you can slaughter the prisoners for more meat too. Do I have prisoners? I do, but they're Orkies. We head over to the Herdstone, we should be able to fight raiders. But we do need to get over to the Troll Cave anyway, just to see how much meat they want. We made it, finally. Right, I'm going to save it here. B4 trolls. So what have we got to do? Yeah, no worries, Luke. Lure some trolls, maybe? Apparently the Orks want to scrap. DHL, sorry. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. If we beat them, do we get to use them?
Get off him! Tyranny!
Here they come! Killed 2, wounded 1. So does that mean that... Does he have a... He does have a conformity bar, so he will be able to recruit him eventually. Ooh. We go again? Okay. Go and farm some beastmen then, while we'll wait for his conformity to sort out. Then we'll go back for another one. What do you reckon? 2 or 3? I always skip those pop-up events, by the way, because I've never actually gotten anything of any value from any of them. So I don't bother. I love how we don't even get the option of helping. They're just like, oh look, a caravan's under attack. Meh. Are companions a thing, or are they just a troop? I don't know. I'm assuming just a troop, because if you could get them as companions, that'd be insanely overpowered.
Oh, lawyer! Wars fight! All on, boys! Stay there! Get out there! This is it!
Yeah, that's what I mean, Mika. But the sword you get, isn't it like a tier 3 sword? It's just like, eh? Right, give me a sec. I want to look at the... Remember the help guide that we looked at? Oh. Old Realms. Google Doc. There we go. Spells. Lore of the Beast, Lore of Death, Lore of Fire, Lore of the Heavens, Lore of Life, Lore of Light, Lore of Metal, High Magic, Dark Magic, Necromancy, the Big Law. Okay. If the Bastion is too far away, with the help of Gork the Shaman, can bring the boys from over there to over there. Teleport yourself and nearby targets. Oh, nearby units to the targeted area. Oh, so it's the ones that are around me, is it? Okay. I wonder if there's like an AoE limit of space around me that then anybody that's in that space gets teleported with me. Maybe. Maybe. We'll give it another go. If I can teleport half the infantry behind them, because that would be quite strong. Like if you charge the entire army into them, but then the infantry you could teleport half of the infantry behind them instantly. That'd be like broken. Like a free flank.
The green tide!
If I do it here, and I just like... Oop. Oh yeah. Nice.
Think you're gonna win or something? Let's get going.
Okay, now we know how it works. We've got some options. We'll be wild in siege. Exactly. So imagine running up to the gates with a whole blob of boys. I'm talking a big mass of boys. And then if you can see through the gates, you can actually visibly see through the gates, you'd be able to teleport half of that unit directly into the enemy stronghold and just open the gates from the inside. That would be mad. Now, a note on what you said about prisoners. I get that I can chop up prisoners for meat, but I thought this meat here was a result of these guys, because if I take all of those, I only get 16 meat. But if I don't take them, I get 111. So that's like 94 meat for having these guys. So if I take them all, boys are getting upgraded. The goblins are getting upgraded. Take the skulkers. I've taken the skulkers because they're equipped with daggers, and I think just the idea of a whole bunch of little orcs running around with daggers makes me smile. Like proper little shin stabbers. Little gobbo shin stabbers. Right, so I'm going to get... I've missed out on 94 meat to turn those into prisoners. Now let's see what I get if I actually turn those prisoners into meat. That orc chopper is just bad. Yeah, I know. I need to get a sword. Ideally. I'll get 3. Oop. $44. 64. Can't chop him. Can't chop him. Can't chop him. 78. Can't chop him. 92. So yeah, you don't get any more if you just don't take them in the first place. You still get the same amount of meat. I'm going to get rid of these guys because I need all the conformity to be going to the troll. Not interested in that. Right, let's find some more beasts to fight. Now we know how that teleportation spell works, we can start thinking about strategies with it. The bad axes have got nothing left, have they? They've got axe fort, that's it. I'm about to find myself a new kingdom, boys. Definitely need some more troops. Where's the nearest orc settlement? Well, there's some over here. Let's head over to the looters camp. Nothing but arrow boys. Come on, man, I need orcs. Someone's winding me up. I agree, Only Blade. I think we need to find the new kingdom. Yumi's End. That's too far away. So, 133. There we go. Back to full strength. Let's just do this now, actually. Yeah, leave the kingdom. It's like, oh, the nobles of this kingdom will dislike you. But brother, they have one fort left and they're currently under attack. I'm not overly concerned about it. What about these boys?
Yours is not a face I know. What is your name,
I'm gonna be honest, brother. I like the drip. became a merc. That was probably a mistake. They got some pretty chunky armies rolling around, to be fair. I'll be honest though, I am just interested in farming the herdstone. Ooh, here we go. We got some meat, boys. How's this prisoner doing? Oh, come on! Make a kingdom? Are you on crack? First we need to get a fief. Which I appreciate your belief in me, but... What do you mean cavalry? I don't have any cavalry. Who's the cavalry? Oh, I accidentally recruited one hog boy. We'd have to get a fief first, and then even when we got a fief, there would be a point at which every single kingdom around that fief would declare war on us to try and squash us.
Think you're gonna win or something?
Mine just misses. Alright.
Oh, blood guys!
In fact, why does mine go through them? But wait, there's more. Oh, that was clean. That was clean. But I'm more powerful. Yep. When we've got a couple of fiefs, and we're maybe a little bit more powerful, it's possible. But as it stands, we'd take a fief, declare an independent kingdom, and immediately just get killed. So it's not a path we can walk down yet. 126 meat. How much meat do they come with? 80. Okay. That's not bad. Capacity is exceeded. Sounds like we need to go and get some more trolls to me. Chaos warriors, so Luke can bash people. Shall we go all the way down here to the portal? Just to fight some chaos warriors to get some folded into the army. I mean, I'm game. Traveling merchant. I actually do have stuff for you now. So what you got? Have you got a two-handed sword by chance? You do not. And you don't have anything specifically good for me. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm disappointed in my day is ruined. Let's see if the... Nope, the trolls are not up for a chinwag right now. It looks like... Can we recruit prisoners as an orc? Yes, we can. So, the troll, its conformity is less than a third at the moment. When that conformity is full... Oh! Maybe we can't. So how do we get trolls then? We'll see. I'm sure his conformity wouldn't be going up. These guys, I can understand why these guys we can't recruit, because... No, he's got conformity as well, but it's not going up. And he's got conformity, but it's not going up. But his conformity is going up, which tells me we can recruit this guy. Then I thought, in the documentation, did it not say that we're supposed to... The Orks are supposed to automatically get... any Ork prisoner that we take should automatically join us. Wasn't that it? Don't care about religions. Regiments of renown, whatever. Might be in the cultures. Men, vampires, Bretonians, Azrai, Eolnir, Dawi, Oathgol. Greenskins. Orc units are larger than that. Greenskin units don't have high wages. You can get decent meat from almost any action. They can get meat by orc attacks, including punches, do more damage than normal. Have a raw meat depending on your ability. They have an can deliver food. All the greenskin prisoners you capture can immediately join your party. Well, that's not true. I don't think that's working as intended. What I'll do is I'll raise it in the Discord when we're done for today. I'll clip it out of the recording, I'll send it to them and see if that is something that should happen, because reading the material, it sounds like they should just automatically join us. Where have we got horse archers from? I'm misclicking all over the place.
Get off!
The green boys. Right. We'll take the meat. $174 meat. Nice. Alright, let's go and do some re-recruiting. Oh, warg meat is full. We is on one, innit? In fact, where's my spellcraft at? Am I not ready for a next... Oh, I can already do Adept. Wait, what are the adept spells? I forget. You need to go up to 7. Does medicine need to go up? Yeah, let's crank medicine up. The big boss has a focus point. I think I could probably do with that being in either athletics. Let's put it in athletics. The other big boss, the focus point, pop that in athletics. The shaman. He's got 206 spellcraft. He can cast the foot one as well. I wonder if he's bugged like the others are. In the base game, the mages, the Empire mages, they are bugged. Have a look. Because I've got that one. I can learn Brainbuster. As the fighting goes on, the shaman builds up too much War Juju and releases it in a big boom that throws Gits to the ground. This is what I want, the Foot of Grok. Gork, sorry. But then this guy, he already can learn that. And he's got 71 Winds of Magic, so he's got some pretty pimp spells. I think we'd need to get him that one and that one. You're right, Nicolaj. Long time no see, brother. Luke, did you just admit to playing Tau? Like, out loud? In public? Did that just happen, or am I imagining something? It didn't, did it? It didn't happen. There's no chance somebody admitted to playing Tau. Yes, Marcus, that's what I was in the middle of saying before I lost my trail of thought. But thank you for finishing that for me. Yeah, let's see if we can get him. We haven't got enough money to get him that spell. I think they cost 25 grand, the top ones. But we can definitely start making some progress towards that. We also need to buy some enchants, because we've not got any enchants either. Money's been a bit toy. Bro doesn't have enough money for all of our stuff, so we'll have to sell him the crap that we've got. Nothing wrong with Tau. Only Blade, I don't think me and you can be friends anymore. $29 Gs. I can remember when the first the Tau came out. It was just after. Hang on, let me do this first. There's 25 grand for that, but I can't do that anyway. 50 Gs. Or we can get him that one. I don't think it. I don't. Not worth it right now. Not worth it right now. We do have 28 grand's worth of amber crystals on us. So we can get to another town, we can bump our money up. We'll have him. We'll have him and him. Him and him. Yeah, I used to play 40k tabletop competitively. And I remember when the new Tau Codex first came out, and it was the one with the big combat suit. and I played my friend twice, and the guy was named Neil. Neil was lovely, but Neil was very clever. He was an analyst like me. And he built this tower list, and it was basically a Space Marine killer. Everything in the army could kill Space Marines. And he went up against my Grey Knights twice and absolutely floored them. It was disgraceful. Almost as cheesy as the Necron flyer spam. Almost. Alright, let's see if we can get some more. Chaos and Space Dwarves. Ooh. An army that I used to like fielding, but A, they were an absolute nightmare to paint, and B, they weren't very good, but they were fun to play, was the Dark Elves. Those guys have got some really cool kit. And their little, like, pirate ship raiding vessels were amazing. There is a scene that went quite viral recently in YouTube Shorts, where in a book, the Tau realise how old Space Marines are, because they find a dreadnought that's battered, and they basically steal it away to try and learn from its technology, and when they crack it open they find a Space Marine inside, and when they do a check on him to see how old he is, they try and date him. They realise that the Space Marine inside is 10,000 years old. And it dawns on them that that particular Space Marine is older than their entire civilization. And I'm pretty sure the entire time the Space Marine was just spewing raw hatred and malice while they were trying. Right, so I figured out the gaze spell. I just have to stand right in front of them, and then I won't miss. Teleport. Over there. Okay. Oh, 40k is amazing. The only problem with 40k is the minute that you find the army that you're in love with and you're like, this is my army and I'm never going to like another army, you find a codex of another army that's just cooler. It's like, great, I'm going to drop another $2,000 on a new army. When I finally walked away from tabletop gaming, I had a... Ooh. I had a full Space Marine, Space Wolf army, I had an Ultramarines army, I had a Astra Militarium army that used to be called Imperial Guard, don't know why they changed the name. I had an Eldar army, Avatar of Cain themed. I had a Dark Elves army and a Necron army. Bah. I did take great pleasure in watching a Tau army get destroyed by a deep-striking Salamander army. You alright, Mallory? I'd finished one of my matches and I was walking through the tables at the HQ in Nottingham. And I noticed that somebody had a Salamander army versus a Tau army, and I was like, oh, how's he going to get past all those strength 6 or strength 7 AP3 weapons, just basically Space Marine killer weapons? And his answer was drop pods, deep striking right on top of them, flamers, melter guns, absolutely devastating. But it was all multi-melters, like it was honor guard with combi melters. So that they dropped, they spaffed their melter shots, and then after that they were just normal Space Marines with bolt guns. But even them at close range are enough to take out Tau if you have enough of them. Alright, how's this troll doing? I want to field a troll in battle. Halfway. Yeah, great. We are doing well. We are doing well. We'll have a bit of that. How are we doing? Because we need to unlock Spellcrafters. Still needs to go up. We still need to learn enchantments and get teeth. So the main one that we're struggling with at the minute is this spellcraft. So I need to just be spamming spells in every fight that we get into, but it's looking for a fight. It's a problem at the moment. Oh, I see raiders. Damn dwarves. Ooh, Blood Angels deep striking. That's got to be rough. I'm guessing you get one turn of shooting before it's all over. Right, let's try and minimize losses in this run. Let's, they have been very much taking the Orky way of just running forward and getting stuck in, so let's... These guys, I don't care what they do. I hate to say it, but you were a misclick. I just need to spam spells. By the time we get there, that'll be off cooldown. I'll be able to cast it again. One or two, if they fail to charge, they're dead. Yeah. It's like all risk. It's like this tactic either works or I'm packing up my army and it's GG's. A very similar thing was my Imperial Guard army. That was very much a... I used the Manticore launchers, so I only got 4 shots. So it was a case of I'd deploy as far away from the enemy as I possibly could, baff all of my artillery at them, and either the artillery was enough to weaken them to the point where we could finish them off, or we simply died. En masse. We can get a cast off.
Toward the scrap!
Oh yeah, that worked a lot better. Come on, bro. Another 9 amber crystals. I mean, we've got money. I'll tell you what used to be absolute cancer on the tabletop was an Imperial Guard blob army. If you knew you had an opponent that used like a main unit, like a main melee unit that was going to charge you and try and take you on, you create one big blob of, because the Imperial Guard used to have a regiment like I don't know what it's called. It's so long ago now. But like, basically, it was a command structure, and it meant that you could take big blobs of infantry with one special weapon for quite cheap. And what you do is you take those big blobs of infantry and you put a commissar leading them, so they were fearless. And then you would just charge them into that melee blob. But that blob would be like 100 dudes strong. Then every turn, they'd have to roll, and they'd have to chew their way through that big blob of Imperial Guardsmen that would never retreat and would never... they'd never be able to run them out, overrun them, because the commissar was there to keep them fearless. And you could tie up a really expensive, really capable melee unit with a big blob of basically cannon fodder for most of the game. That used to really annoy melee-focused players like Space Wolves and Blood Angels and things like that. Get a unit of Blood Angel Terminators and swamp them with 100 guardsmen and just watch the guy cry. As every turn he kills another 12, but can't actually do anything because there's another 80 stood behind them.
The whole lot. Alright, boys. Are you ready? Let's go. All of yous. Who's fighting here? Get 'em, boys. Get ready to war, boys.
Going to a big Warhammer Fantasy LARP this month. Nice. Give me a second, guys. I'm just going to turn off the chat box. I don't know what its problem is. Being weird. There we go. Yeah, Luke, that was the plan. That was the whole reason, is the player would get frustrated, turn every unit against that one big blob, and then it left you free to capture objectives and outmaneuver them. Really frustrating to play against, unless you had flamers. The only real help against it was something like flamers or some sort of AoE weapon that ignored cover, like a manticore launcher or something like that. Then you could wipe that whole unit in a single strike. Or if you had an Inferno Psyker, because they had that big vortex spell that they could use, like a large blast marker. It didn't do a lot, but it was like ignores cover, strength 4, AP 4, I think it was. But that could wipe off large units of guardsmen in seconds.
Lead the way, you gits.
Well, that hurt. Pew 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 pew. I'm kind of jealous because that guy can seem to hit his spell every single time, and I can't.
Let's go! Let's go!
Just carry the horse and use it as an arrow catcher. That's not a bad idea. Could use it as a projectile. Just throw it at them. The ultimate line breaker. Oh no, they formed a shield wall. Eat. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm getting bored of fighting beastmen. Do we not have a war on? Problem is, our troll's not even ready yet. The troll's still cooking. Right, let's head back to Iran Peak, stock up on troops, sell the stuff that we've got, and then we'll see if we can go and get involved in that war. We lost some arrow boys, but I'm not replacing them. I'm going to get more infantry. I'm not rating the arrow boys, I'll be honest with you. They can kind of do one, in my humble opinion. Ooh, Rounces. We'll have them. Got plenty of sumpter horses. Get rid of those. Get rid of the mules. Get rid of all this stuff. We don't need it. All this stuff. We don't need it. All this stuff. We don't need it. Ooh, the slasher. Is that two-handed sword? One-handed sword. That's not fun. And then we'll sell them a bunch of our restarters. 39k. Right, I have 50k to get him the foot of Gork. We could do that. Gives him another offensive spell to use. Or we could just save our money. Bish, bash, bosh. Right, let's go see if we can get involved in this fight. Oh. We only have one settlement left. Would somebody else mind declaring war on us? About the troll cave, is that open yet? Nope. Well, that was almost a big mistake. As you were. The Elf Slayer? You sound like fun. Give me.
Yours is not a face I know. What is your name, stranger?
Shiny boy. Apparently the balance of power is even. You gain double experience from reading books. That's not going to help. I can't buy books. Every companion in your party gains 1,000 experience in a random skill per day. Now that sounds like fun. The Shaman. be fair, he could do with his face going up, but then I can't make him pray. He very much does look like a paladin, doesn't he? I think we do his athletics. Right. First fight against the dwarves. Let's see how we get on. Paladin dwarf. He does look like a paladin. Do they have magic, the dwarves? Because they shouldn't. Or should they? See what we're playing against. That man looks to have a firearm. Yep. Yep. That is a pickaxe. Why is there a miner? A lot of miners in your army, good sir. They've got a couple of firearms. I mean, these guys look cool as. Can't knock them. Their guns pack a hefty punch. I would assume so. Let's let the arrow boys have their fun. We outnumber them quite severely, so I'm guessing... flamethrowers and troll gunners. That's pretty cool. Oh, looks like they're going to try and take the high ground. Fine. Ooh. Bosh. Missed. Loser. Yeah, we'll start walking the infantry up this way. Put the arrow boys down here. 3, 4, 4, merge into 3. Just so I'm not micromanaging more units. Oh, there we go. Wow, what the... Excuse me? They're shooting us with grenade launchers or something. Tell you what, boys, I don't think we have the... what would you call it? Convenience of a shooting round. I think we need to get straight stuck in, because those grenade launchers are going to tear us apart otherwise.
Smash the
Give them the hardest nails one straight away.
Force the
Whoa, what the... What just happened? Like, legitimately, what just happened? That was ridiculous. But it wasn't even like... Huh.
Hold there. Who are you? I will not...
Well, you were a million miles away from me, so how... Oh, I ran into you. My bad. It looks like we're about to lose our troll. I'm so glad we lost our troll. And now we're stuck behind enemy lines. Slow moving. I'm getting the vibe that the same thing's happening with the dwarves here that happened with the wood elves when they first put the wood elves expansion in. And the wood elves were just insanely overpowered and you couldn't beat them no matter what. Their wild riders were even better than the Bretonnian Grail Knights. And I'm not even joking. Those of you that watch my early... If you could stop shooting me, that'd be great. I mean, the fact you saw an orc on a horse and your first thought was, I could take him, I respect it. Ba-dum-ba-dum. Don't run, believe in yourself. Ugh. The deer riding elf cav. Yep, they're the ones. The wild riders could fight the Bretonnian Grail Knights, and the Bretonnian Grail Knights are supposed to be the best cavalry in the game. They even outfought the Vampire Blood Knights, which was supposed to be some of the best cavalry in the game. There was a little bit of a trend going on there. Basically, they could outfight everything. I rage quit a Bretonnian playthrough for that exact reason. I marched a bunch of Grail Knights straight into them and just got absolutely hammered.
Hold there.
Shut up and go away. So now we blow through all of our money just trying to get back to civilization.
Hold there.
Oh, here we go again. Dragging us back. So much fun, so cool. Love it. I hate to be... Oh, yep, same party. Still caught us. Okay, cool. Yeah, sure. So my only option is actually to throw away all of my inventory so I'm light enough that I can actually get away. Cool. So now I have to throw away everything. Sweet. Let's do that then. Inventory. It doesn't matter if I leave the kingdom, the bandits are still going to get me anyway. So we need to get rid of one of the rounces or we'll get a herding penalty. We're not carrying anything else. The capacity is exceeded, so it's my amber crystals I'm going to have to get rid of, or my meat. I'll get rid of the meat. Because the amber crystals are the only thing of value I still have. I'm now at 2-6. Should be able to outrun the dwarves and the bandits now. Apart from the gobbos. And I have no mechanism by which to refill my winds of magic, thanks to my army being dead. I am grumbling, I am whinging, but I'm allowed. I just got absolutely conned. The balance of power is equal. No, it bloody well wasn't. You're right, Tegan. You missed us getting absolutely shafted by the dwarves, because apparently they can just, even in close combat, set off explosives and kill half your army. You know, just fun stuff like that. Can you imagine assaulting a castle with those guys defending the walls? It would be impossible.
I'm gonna bash ya.
Might as well take him. And we lost our troll. Our troll that we've been trying to convert from a prisoner for quite a while now. Oh, Black Orks. They cost like 600 apiece, don't they? No? Right, we'll have those. Right, where to? We need troops, so the best thing to do is head down here. The beastmen are probably going to have a pop at us when we get to them. Ooh, no, we're okay. See you, Luke. You alright, Despinosa? How's it going? I don't want arrow boys, I don't want horses. If anything, I want more Black Orks. So we might have to travel a little bit. I don't think we've got... Yeah, here should be Black Orks. Lovely, what we needed. Go away. I feel like Frodo doing the journey to Mount Doom. Knocked out after work, bless you, mate. Do the dwarves like... This is where to send it playthrough. Yeah, just execute them all. I just don't know. I don't mind losing. Losing is just part of the game. Why am I starving? Oh, I had to give away all my meat, didn't I? Crap, my bad. Yeah, I absolutely don't mind losing. It's just part of the game losing. What I do mind is when you lose for no reason. Like, the balance of power was wrong. And the absolute insane amount of damage that they did, and the AoE that they could do it in, is absolutely diabolical. Like, I don't understand why that's even a thing. Because even at range, they were absolutely murdering us, so we closed the range and got into close combat, and they were still able to use their explosives. So, in my head, I'm kind of like trying to figure through how would I counter that. Well, if somebody's got, like the Empire, for example, the Empire's got cannons. Their cannons will shred you to pieces if you try and outshoot them. So you close with them, you get on top of them, and you take them out. But then if you're on top of them, they can still use their cannons at close range. The Empire can't do that. Their cannons won't fire at close range because they can't pivot around. So it's kind of like figuring out what we'd actually do to take them out. And I'll be honest with you, I can't think of a good solution to that. Which is what bothers me. So we're going full green wave. It's an expensive army. Why did I get a deserter? We got plenty of food. Oh, our bar's got too low. Okay. Let's go do some fighting. Troops in general are very solid with the dwarves. They're very strong range line, and they're supposedly they have a strong artillery. Just to eat their townsfolk. Not a bad idea. I'll be honest, this is what kind of puts people off this mod. There are plenty of things you can run into in the Realm of Thrones mod, such as the first time you fight the Riverland sharpshooters, or is it Riverland snipers? I think it's sharpshooters. They are deadly. They're crossbowmen. They are absolutely deadly, and they will shred you to pieces. But it's beatable. It feels oppressive, but it doesn't feel severely unmatched. Then you've got the Lannister cavalry. I think it's the Western cavalry. they are devastating as well. First time you go up against those in a cavalry charge, you just watch your cavalry disappear, and you kind of go, wow, what's that? And then you realize, oh, they're the strongest cavalry in the game. I might need to, figure out a way around those. The problem that Old Realms has got is every time they put out an expansion like this, it tends to be one faction gets super hyper pimped, and the rest of them don't. Like, that fight was just disgraceful. There should never be a situation, unless I went in with a whole bunch of recruits, that you get decimated to that level that quickly. And if I put myself in the shoes of somebody that's new to the game, new to this mod, and I've been playing for a few hours, built up a nice army, and I'm ready to pick a fight, and then I go and pick a fight with the dwarves, and I get absolutely steamrolled like that, I'm uninstalling it immediately. I'm leaving the game, I'm taking the mod off, I'm going back to Realm of Thrones, or I'm going back to Vanilla. Or I'm going to, going back to another overhaul mod. I can understand why people walk away from this mod because of situations like that. Obviously, we're playing this live. We're gonna carry on. You know me, guys. I'm not going to walk away from a loss. I'll rebuild, reset, and we'll go again. But for the average player, I can 100% understand why this, as much as it's a very popular mod, a lot of people don't play it. Because the power imbalance through some of the factions is just insane. The Wood Elves, the first time you try and take the Wood Elves home... No, the High Elves, sorry. Oh, I wish I kept the video. I wish I kept the video. I took the High Elf hometown, so it is... Which one is it? This one. Total Lithanel. When you actually assault this town, they have literally battlements that are racked behind each other that the militia archers stand on so they can all fire at you at the same time. It's deliberately set up to make it very, very difficult to take. A bit like King's Landing in the Realm of Thrones mod. But it's obvious that whoever designed that map didn't want you to win. They wanted it to be almost impossible to wipe out the High Elves. And it's horrible. It's a horrible map to fight on because it doesn't feel like you're having to use strategy or anything. In the end, I did it and I was a wolf priest. And I had to use my abilities to disrupt the archers long enough for my guys to be able to get in the walls and do some damage. Yes, there again, a huge imbalance in the factions. Oop. We've got freaking goblins again, haven't we? 50 gobos, we don't want gobos. We need to get to a town to sell some of our stuff. Could be a fun fight. How did they all scatter so quick? Morning, Doughboy. What's your favorite race?
Toward the scrap!
Oh, the dwarves. Yeah, Doughboy, that's what we've just been talking about. But they did the same thing with the Wood Elves when the Wood Elves first came out, and then they fixed it. Yeah, Mallory, it is tough to balance. I don't envy their job trying to balance the different factions, because like the High Elves as well, they're supposed to be, their unit cost is really high, and that is deliberate to make sure that you can't like put huge armies together. The Wood Elves have got party size limitations on them, so your party size is like halved straight out the gates. So there are things that they put in place to try and balance things out. And they probably will balance it out. I've got confidence they probably will balance it out in the future. But for now, it just means that I would now consciously, actively avoid fighting dwarves because I know I'm going to lose the majority, if not all of my army, fighting them. Chesterfield made the playoffs. Don't need the brutes in there. We need these guys in there to become the brute.
Torn to scrap time.
Like the Bretonians, they're quite limited because not only does their questing knights cost chivalry to actually create, they also cost chivalry to maintain. So you're limited by how many of them you can have, by how much chivalry you can keep generating. So each faction kind of has its way of limiting the number of strong units you can field. Yeah, Despinosa, that's not a too inaccurate statement. And I have done that, by the way. I did a companions-only run with about 30 companions, and we all had throwing weapons. We had the Druids, and they all had Impale, and it did not end well for the enemy at all. Yeah, Mallory, basically we need to make sure that we've got double... Well... Oh, crap. Hang on. Apparently I can't kick him. Oh, I can. I'm going to try the Black Orks. I'm going to try the Black Orks because these are our elite units. So these guys are our... This is the best we've got. That's it. It doesn't come better than that. I'm going to try these guys out, and if that doesn't work, then we've got a problem. Because that means it doesn't matter what we throw at them, we're not going to be able to beat them mano a mano. We'll have to double up our army size. Just like, gets stupid at that point, doesn't it? Well, weight at 10.4. Yeah, we can wear that. 13.4. Yeah, we can still wear that. As long as that stays under 15, we're fine. Drake gun canister. Oh, I'm assuming that's just ammunition. They got magical resistances as well. Lovely. If I'd have used my magic, they would have been able to resist 35% of it. So what is it that they were throwing at us? Because they don't seem to have any throwing weapons. Or was it not those guys throwing? Those guys don't have throwing weapons. Those guys don't have throwing weapons. Those guys do. Didn't see any of those guys in the field, though. There were no slayers in that. They do look cool, though. Yes, Deegan, we did a Crusader themed run. Funny actually, me and the old guard were talking about this earlier on. We are probably overdue. On average, once a year, the sound stopped. Yep, we crashed. On average, once a year, we do a Crusader run. So what we do is we download the Crusader armor packs and we download the Lemmy's Europe map, and then we play on it. The last time we didn't do the Lemmy's Europe map because it was bugged, the version that was out, so we couldn't use it. But the time before that, we used the Lemmy Europe map, and it's a companion run as well, so everybody gets a companion. This is really annoying. This mod's starting to bother me. And it is one of my favourite mods, by the way. Personally, the Old Realms is one of my favourite mods, but this particular update is bothering me a little bit. And the Lord of the Rings mod, Elven troops take up more than one slot. Yeah. The problem with the second Crusader run, though, is I did that custom troop tree, and I thought I balanced it quite well, but then the army ended up absolutely devastating. Remember when we did that sort of last stand? I was like, oh, it's going to be our last stand, we're going to have a brave last stand, and then we freaking survived. Because you cut them all down. I was like, absolutely broken. Part of that, though, was the volume of companions we had in there, because I think we had like 15 companions in at the time. Petaz is currently doing a run on it. I haven't seen. Is it a full? Which one is it? Because there's a few Europe overhaul ones. There's the 1066 one. War of the Roses overhaul mod. That seems pretty promising. Yes, Sam, I've seen that one as well. Have they actually got a playable version of that out yet? Uno momento. Right, do you know what? I'm not going to waste our time. I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something. Uh, 1060, but what I'm thinking of is most of Europe, so you have to sail from England to reach the other portions, etc. Don't know about Drent. Another thing, you're talking about Lemmy's map. Lemmy's map, England is separate to the rest of Europe, and you have to get... well, early game, you can actually pay. At the harbours, you can pay to be transported across. Why can't you have an orc waifu? Because they're mushrooms, brother. Oh, so when I was down here, there was like an army every 2 steps, but now... Oh, they're just warbands. Oh, here we go. They're not coming out because of me. What? I get deserters. I got wounded. Why have I got wounded? Is it infighting? Probably. Come on, boys.
Hold there. Who are you? I will know who must...
How did that happen? So we were 1 second fighting 140 of them, and then all of a sudden the rest of them jumped out of the castle to fight us as well, despite the fact that we weren't sieging the castle. Can you say dumbassery? Right. I'm getting increasingly wound up with this mod. Refill my troops again. Shut up.
It's been a while.
Why is it making us fight both units again? They're miles away. Oh, here we go. No. Stop being stupid.
Yours is not a face I know.
Okay,
What
that's
is your
not far
name?
off. Balance of power is equal. The number of troops is equal, yeah? Let's go again. I mean, I like the map. Is it these guys that cause the problems? These little guys with the thud guns. Well, we only have one unit and they only know how to do one thing, so... Spinning back kicked you on it by now. I always try and give mods the benefit of the doubt. Like I say, I don't want you guys to think I don't like this mod. I love this mod. I absolutely love this mod. I had a lot of fun playing the Wood Elves in the last playthrough that we did with Scuff Legolas. Right, spells to make them all hard as nails. That makes them all stronger. Well, let's not push our luck doing it in RTS mode. Ouch. Where the hell am I getting hit from? Oh, over there. I don't know, Sam, but those are the parties who are inside the castle.
I give up. Call back your...
I think it's these guys. The Iron Drakes. Hmm. So, the thing is, that army that we faced there wasn't the same standard or quality of the army that we faced before. Pretty sure the other one had a lot more of those gunners, which is probably why we suffered so much damage. Hmm. Don't crash. It might crash. It might be loading shaders, it might have crashed. We can hear the music, so it might not have crashed. Hmm. Well, wait. Basically, if the music stops, the game's crashed. If it doesn't stop, it's just the shaders. I think it's just the shaders. Yeah. These guys, isn't it? This wouldn't be possible in the game. Because obviously you can't recruit non-orc troops. But we've got 20 minutes left of this session, and figured we might as well just mess about a bit. Right, that 120 unit drifted off here somewhere. Here we go. Fight me, you whore. Just doing a bit of playtesting. This is effectively what I did with the Bretonians and the Wood Elves. I sent 100 Wild Riders against 100 Grail Knights, and the Grail Knights lost catastrophically. And at that point I put this mod down and refused to touch it till they'd fixed it. I'm just curious to see how broken these little cannons are. Yep, we're getting shot to pieces, look. Are they out of range? How short is your range, Broheim? Oh, are they flamethrowers? Oh, they are. Really? Those flamethrowers wiped out over 2/3 of their army. So the Iron Drakes destroyed 73 of their men before getting taken out. So they're the flamethrowers. So what are the ranged grenade boys? What are they called? Is that what you were talking about? Only Blades? Is that... Are they the Troll Smasher boys? But they're just broken as fuck. Let's get rid of those. Troll Hammer. Thagan, I don't think it's so much the range. I think it's the fact that they were mixed in with their own melee troops and they were still using their flamethrowers, and I don't think the enemy was getting affected by the flamethrowers, but we were. So they could basically hook us from within. I mean, if it's a case of they get burnt just as bad as we do, if the flamethrower hits us, then that's all kosher. I don't think that was happening. I'll have to go back and watch the footage, but I'm pretty sure they were firing their flamethrowers into us, as well as the guys were firing their grenades into us. And the enemy wasn't affected by it, but we were. That's a bit BS. I'll go for the same number of these guys. Let's find another party to pick on. 171? Yeah, why not? Just for the memes.
Yours is not a face I know.
They have fire resistance. Yes, they do. And magic resistance. And that also made me curious. Does that stack? So they've got a flat magic resistance, which I assume is every kind of magic, and then they also have a fire resistance, which I'm assuming is fire. If they get hit by fire magic, are they getting double resistances, or... Curious. What have these guys got? A bunch of crossbowmen. What is that? These guys look like grenade guys. But what is the spiky boy? I grow a beard like the dwarves have. I tried growing a beard once. My beard though doesn't go like down, like nice, like Obi-Wan style goatee from Clone Wars. Mine goes out like it's feral. Looks like I've stuck a bunch of Brillo pads to my face. When are you boys gonna start shooting? Really?
I give up. Call back your dog.
That's basically calling an A10 Warthog to clear the battlefield. Ah. Surface-to-surface missile confirmed. Cluster bombs were against the Geneva Convention. Ugh. That's what got us. Combination of the flamers and the iron drakes. That was rough. You can't fight that. They were in shield wall, and it did not matter. They were actively in a shield wall, walking towards us. It didn't matter. Those troll slayers went straight through. So you're fighting an enemy that's got an explosive weapon, that's got an AoE effect, that's got an half-decent range on it, to be fair. It's not super long range, but it's got a decent range on it. That can go through a shield wall, instant kill most units. Kind of the epitome of broken, isn't it? It jumps from a tier 5 troop to a tier 8 troop to a tier 9 troop. Oh, they also have 70 body armor. That's nice. 45 arm, 30, 40, 30. Yeah, they're armored to the teeth as well. Sweet. Yeah. I would... What were they thinking? a Black Orc boss has less armor than they do. It's the same tier, but they had 70 chest armor. And they're 45 and 50 on the arms and legs. Yeah, so just peep the difference. Head armor 46, 30 and 28. 42, 22, 18. And then we go back to what we were looking at before. Body armor 70. 45 to 50. 60 on the head. Like, so not only are they an incredibly powerful ranged unit, they're also armed to the teeth as well. Unit deals 40% armor-piercing damage just in case what they had wasn't enough, and they also have the magic resistances of the dwarves. Huh. Huh. Ugh. I'm just curious now. Bretonia, the Questing Knights are supposed to be some of the best close combat units in the game. Not Questing Knights, Grail Knights. They have more armor than a Grail Knight. Significantly more armor than a Grail Knight. This is supposed to be the heaviest holy cavalry in the game, and they have more armor than a Grail Knight. Awesome. What about the vampire counts? Blood Knights. Blood Templar. They have more armor than a Dragon Castellan as well. They may well have the highest armor in the game. And check it against the Griffin Riders. Yep. Higher than the Griffin Riders. Nurgle's close. Yeah, they're still heavier armored than the Warriors of Nurgle, which you would expect to be the strongest and best armored. Yes, Mallory. Good question. It's like how... He's got 1 Iron Drake. He's got 2. The High Elves. The Eonet. I don't think their armor's that great, to be honest with you, from what I remember. It'd be the Queen's Guard, wouldn't it? Queen's Champion. Oh no, they got way more. Way more. Look at those gloves. Armor 18. Head armor 49. They're actually got relatively low armor. Queen's Defender. It's the same armor, isn't it? Yeah, it's the same armor set. The Muslion are based off after the Britannians, so they're the same. So there's no point in checking those. Yeah, they've got the highest armor in the game. These guys don't really have any really tough infantry. They have the War Dancers, Tricksters, Lark's Tricksters, but they have low armor. Yeah, they have low armor, but they hit insanely hard. Look at that, swing damage 121, swing speed 93. Bunch of these are running towards you, just run. Or try and shoot them before they get there. Trying to think. Yeah, because on the troop tree, look, they're infantry's doggers. Because they're not meant to be an infantry army, they're meant to be a ranged army, which makes sense. Like, that's the thing with Wood Elves. They've got really... Well, you've got two paths you can follow with Wood Elves. You can either go down the route of the Way Watchers and the Archers, or you can go down the route of the magic casters that summon the Dryads and the Big Tree Boys. And the Dryads and the Big Tree Boys have got really high armor and really high health. Unit upkeep cost of the Dwarves was 40, if memory serves correct. Yeah, 40. You wanted to see the blazing sun. 60, 36, 35. Now they've got more armor than the blazing sun. And their upkeep is 40 as well. Huh. Interesting. And we got goblins. Black Orks are the best that we can muster, but have significantly lower armor than those goblins. Than their ranged goblins with guns. And trolls. They have strong armor. I suppose if you could actually get yourself to a point where you had an army of trolls. Yeah, Thegan, it looks that way. The dwarves are just straight up broken. No, they need... What the dwarf units need is they need their armor values bringing into line with the rest of the game, and they need to do something about those Troll Slayer weapons, because they are just... Apart from magic, which obviously is then controlled and limited by winds of magic and your magic abilities, I can't think of anything else that anybody else has. The cannons, obviously, from the Empire, but they have their limitations of... You can only deploy, like, 3 max, or 4. Is it 4 max? I think it's 4 at maximum engineering you can deploy. You can spam these boys all day. You can have an army of 200 of these. No bother. Yeah, balance broken. That's a shame. Christ, can you imagine one on castle defense? Because ranged troops get unlimited ammo on castle defense, which means they would be able to just stand on the walls and fire that thing into your troops that were waiting to go up the ladder or up the siege tower. Wow, I wonder how much damage they do to siege equipment. Because ranged in the new update, ranged weapons do damage to siege equipment, which is why sometimes you'll see archers or leather the towers and finish the towers off. Oh, absolutely, Only Blade. If I had 200 of those troops, you'd never beat me. I'd separate them into 2 units, and I'd just harass you. I'd just put the V shape that we normally use, and I'd just move one around that side, one around that side, one around that side, one around that side. The AI for the... we saw this in the Azurai... I don't know if you remember or not, but we did a run where we did Azurai horses only. And we had 2 units of horse archers, and we just basically split them either side of the enemy and kept moving them forward, moving them back, moving them forward, moving back. So as soon as the enemy went for this group, we'd move this group closer, and they'd aggro onto this group, and then we'd move this group back, and then move this group closer, and they just got shot to pieces in the middle. I'd just do the exact same thing, but with the dwarves, and we would win every single engagement without taking any losses, or very little losses. It would be boring. It would be a boring playthrough, which is why I'm not going to do it. I will not do a dwarf playthrough until they've made them challenging. That's not challenging. It's a power fantasy. It's a fantasy game at the end of the day. Not shitting on the game. Not shitting on the mod. Love the mod. But that's insane. That is absolutely insane. And I don't think we're going to continue this playthrough. Because I don't see how we beat that. At all. Even 2 of those, 3 of those, on a defensive wall, protecting a castle or a town, and you're not taking it. Or you're taking considerable losses. And that's not even going into their actual troops. So their standard tier 6 troops have better armor than the Grail Knights. Sweet. Blasting charge. 30 PS damage. Sweet. Brr. Well, boys and not boys, it has been an eye-opening evening. That battle sent us down a bit of a rabbit hole of looking into balance issues and why we got absolutely leathered so quickly, and the answer is the Dwarven units are just insanely OP. Okay. That's fine. The argument could be made that these armies that are around us right now, like this one, this one, and this one, they don't have many of those units or any of those units, but they've got 32 prospectors in there, which means they're going to be able to use their blasting charges and take out most of my army. Let's have a look at these guys. What have they got? 19 prospectors. I don't know. I think I just get frustrated and annoyed. That is a shame. When they first announced that they were doing Orks, I got really excited because I thought it was going to be a really, really cool thing. But it looks like the Orks have been given a bit of a lackluster troop tree, and the Dwarves have been given every shiny that is imaginable, plus new ones. And magic resistances as well, which was just unnecessary. Next up on the list is a Realm of Thrones playthrough. So we're going to play Dawn. So we're going to start down in Sunspear. We're going to do a Dawn playthrough where we're going to join Dawn and see if we can help them take Westeros. So I will work on that over the weekend and see if I can get that ready for, what will it be, Monday? And then if we start that on Monday, we'll replace this one. I was planning on playing this for the next 4 weeks after this week, but I just don't want to. But that's kind of killed the vibe for me now. I think I'm going to put this down and leave it for a while until they balance things out. So Monday we'll start the Dawn playthrough, Conquest of Dawn, where we'll create ourselves a little character. I've got a new build in mind that's not combat focused. It's more we're leaning heavily into, so instead of going through the bigger control and endurance, we're actually going to ignore these completely for the character that we're building. We're going to go down the cunning, social, and intelligence lines, and this is basically going to be maxed out. And I'll show you why we're going to do that. And this, Tactics, is actually probably one of the most underused build trees in the game, but actually can be incredibly valuable. So we are not going to be a combat-focused, not going to be a combat monster. Not initially, anyway. We'll get these up, and then we'll throw some focus points into the combat stuff later on, once these are all done. But the goal will be to take the whole of Westeros, using Dawn. I don't think we'll start our own kingdom, because that can get messy in the Realm of Thrones mod. But if we get the opportunity to, we might. But this is dead to me now. I don't want to touch this. And I won't do it. I was planning on doing a Dwarven playthrough, but I don't want to now. Because now I know there's an overpowered unit in there, I'll just spam the overpowered unit. It's like doom stacking in Total War 3. You used to do the same thing. So I just wanted to check the armor values on the treeman. Onlyblade, you got nothing to apologise for, mate. It wasn't you that ruined it. We ran into a Dwarven army that absolutely stomped us, and then looked into why it stomped us and realised that it was always going to stomp us, so that's not your fault, buddy. That's just... yeah, they've got better armour than the treemen as well. These are ancient treemen, like Ents, and they haven't got the armour that strong either. Interesting times. Auto-resolve build. Ha! Yes and no. If you look at the tree... hang on a minute, I'm just going to turn the game music down because it's doing my head in. Shut up. Thank you. If you look at the tree, these are for auto-resolving, that's fine. These are for auto-resolving, that's fine. There's things like this, improviser, so 25% loss of troops when breaking into or out of a settlement under siege, which, really good. That's another one. Then you've got 25 damage to defender siege engines, so you can take down siege engines much faster. So there's other little hidden skills in here. And I do, like I said to you before, I've been testing the fastest way to get from 0 to clan tier 2, and I can do it in an hour, and I do it with this build by combining Duelist, which gives you renown, and self-promoter, which also gives you renown for tournaments, and spamming tournaments. We can't do that in Realm of Thrones. Well, we can do that in Realm of Thrones, actually, because it doesn't have the same problem that this does, where everybody's got a ward save and you can't actually beat the named characters. You can beat the named characters in Realm of Thrones, it just takes a bit of skill. Onlyblade owns us all a beer for that. His fault. Everything's his fault. If in doubt, blame Onlyblade. Works for me anyway. I'm going to put that on the channel banner, just so everybody understands it. Yeah, sorry guys. I don't think this is going to be fun. I think we're going to just be continuously building up armies, training them up, getting them big, getting into a battle, and getting our backs broken by the dwarves, and then having to go back and rebuild again. I think castle sieges are going to suck playing them, but it is what it is. So we'll end this series here, and we'll start the Dawn one on Monday, and tomorrow will be the Sons of the Forest, our Britannia run, and we've got some work to do there. So thanks everyone for coming. It's been fun. At least we got to chinwag about 40k a lot. But with that, I shall love you and leave you. Have a nice evening, morning, day, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Stay safe. If you can't be safe, be anonymous. And I will see you on the morrow.